Cool.
All right, so hello everyone. We wanted to cover a M4 upper that we've used for training. It's one of our favorite configurations, 14.5-inch mid-length, 12-inch tube, red dot. The upper itself has not been cleaned in 1,200 rounds. The bolt carrier group here has been cleaned after 500 rounds at a class that we took, and then not cleaned after another class that was approximately 700 rounds through this bolt carrier group with the associated components.
And this is Russian corrosive 5.45 ammunition, Russian surplus.
So what we want to do is see if this wipes out, or if we need oil or we need to scrub it. We also want to show, we put some oil on the muzzle brake before the start of the class, and you can see there's just no fouling. This hasn't been wiped off. There's no visible fouling on the muzzle brake, which we found pretty remarkable. So what we're going to do is show on this upper, see whether the 5.45 ammunition will wipe off or not. And let's give it a couple, with a dry paper towel, we'll give it a couple of moves back and forth, and that's what we have. So you can see what the inside of the upper looks like. We'll go again and hit it. Again, no oil, just removing the debris and fouling that's on there. This you can't feel, of course, through the wonders of YouTube, but if you have your own rifle, carbine, etc., and you want to see what it feels like, we'd encourage you to do so. But you can see how the amount of fouling that's being picked up by the paper towel is dropped to almost nothing. So what we'll do is we'll lightly oil this before we put it back together for good. But we wanted to just show you that the fouling, even from a dirty cartridge that the Russians had sold off as surplus, just wipes right out, and that's coming from the cam pin hole. What we want to do now is see if the debris will wipe out of the barrel extension with only a Q-tip. Those of you who have been shooting ARs for a long time know that this is a really tough area and normally requires dental picks. You can see it's just coming right out with a Q-tip. So it just comes right off the metal, and that's what makes the guns run so much longer and more smoothly than they do otherwise. And people ask, well, gee, can I use motor oil? Can I use some industrial solvent? Bottom line is you can use whatever you want, but the people that are running FIREClean have found that the ease of use, coupled with the reliability of the firearm, coupled with the durability that it imparts on the component parts itself, and the extremely small amounts of oil that they use, really make it very cost effective. So what we want to do here is take a clean area of the paper towel, look at the chromed bolt carrier group, and see what happens here. You can see for yourself, it simply wipes off with no additional oil. You can see it just comes right off just like that. We're just hitting it with a dry paper towel, and everything is simply wiping off. Now again, what you can't feel is what the metal feels like, but if you know chrome, normally it's very difficult to lubricate, but this has a very slick feeling to the bolt carrier group. So we just wanted to show briefly what this does. Now we'll move on to the other parts that are a little bit more difficult, typically, which are the firing pin, the cam pin, and the bolt, along with the firing pin retaining pin. Getting a new paper towel, you can see there's no sleight of hand. Just take this, and this I believe is a chrome bolt as well. So you turn that and it simply wipes off. Have a little bit of debris back here that's going to require some oil. So we'll put oil on that in a little bit. But we wanted to show how this just wipes off. Moving on to the other parts, we'll show what the firing pin does. So we take the firing pin, wipe it, and the base of the firing pin will require a little bit of oil, and we'll hit that later on. Moving on, the cam pin just wipes off. And you can see it's also coming off on my fingers. So thanks for watching, and until we have a dirty gun again, that's it for now.